What's up, you guys? Namicon here, bringing you my perspective as to what editing is bringing us. And today we'll be talking about Robots, the animated film that was released to theaters in March 11th, 2005. While it wasn't a critical darling, the film was a commercial success, grossing over $262 million over an $80 million budget. The film also has gained a massive following since it came out. That was thanks to cable television airing this movie, mainly Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, and Discovery Kids. The movie stars Ewan McGregor, Halle Berry, Mel Brooks, Greg Kinnear, Amanda Bynes, Drew Carey, and the late great Robin Williams. The film was directed by Chris Wedge. The film stars Rodney Copperbottom, who dreams of being an inventor. He gets the blessing from his father on following his dreams because his father never got that chance because his dream was deemed unrealistic to his parents. Rodney's mother at first was against the idea, but his father was all for it, and so Rodney goes to Robot City where he can find a job at Big World Industries. Unfortunately, the CEO at Big World Industries has different ideas on how to run the company, as Ratchet, who is the main antagonist of robots, wants to sell upgrades for the upper class bots, whereas the struggling bots, he wants to get rid of them. The original CEO named Big World is nowhere to be seen, as Ronnie gets kicked out of the company as they have no interest in hiring new inventors. He then meets up with a whole slew of robots who are considered to be outposts. They are a group called the Rusties. These folks have been looking for any sort of new parts wherever they can, but they have been getting more and more rare thanks to new leadership at Big World Industries. Rodney decides to help out the people who need to be fixed. This gives the Outmodes a lot of hope that they can stand toe-to-toe with the upper echelon of the robots, which does not make Ratchet happy because all he cares about is the bottom line. This movie is fine. It's not good, but it's not bad. But one thing I would give massive praise for is the world in this film. The world looks the world looks so good. There's so much potential to explore it. I really wish they explored more of it in the film. What they did is good. I just wish they did a little bit more of it because I do feel there is a lot more to explore in Robot City and all there is to it in this movie. Like, just look at the background. Like you can't tell me you can't build a world on this. Like, there's so much world building potential on this. But the characters are like, honestly, the only characters you mainly remember are Rodney, Big World, and Fender. Nobody else. And Fender is mainly because of Robin Williams. The other robots are pretty forgettable, honestly. One thing that was a big detriment to the film, I would argue, was the runtime. I did feel that the movie's pacing was so off, and it wanted to move the story very quickly. There was no slowdown for this film to get all the characters any sort of depth. The film goes for 90 minutes, but man, it feels kind of unfinished in a sense. In the last part of the movie, there was no tension, and the action sequences felt soulless to me. Came out of nowhere. Maybe that's just me. If the film was like 2 hours, I think the film could benefit that greatly to give a lot of characters more time to develop. I do like all the designs for all the robots. They look very unique. I just wish we get to see more of it. A sequel was planned for this movie since it did very well at the box office, but Blue Sky said no because they wanted to focus more on Ice Age. Looking back, not a very wise decision. I mean, sure, they made a lot of money, but man, there was so much untapped potential with the world of robots, and now that it is technically a Disney film, I don't think we're going to see more of Rodney and his friends anytime soon. Overall, Robots is a nice little relic from the 2000s for animated films. It's not the cream of the crop compared to like Monsters Inc., Lilo and Stitch, and Shrek, but for the new studio at the time, Blue Sky Studios, gets the job done for them, as this was their second film ever produced before Ice Age 2 came out a year later. This was apparently a movement. There was apparently a movement for this film getting a director's cut following the closure of Blue Sky Studios and the release of Zack Snyder's Justice League around the 2020s. It seems like they plan to have alternate cuts, and Cappy was going to be more fleshed out instead of being the mascot for the film. The last thing I want to talk about is that a lot of people at the time went to see this movie to watch the trailer for Revenge of the Sith. That is not a joke. People went to buy tickets for robots just to watch the new trailer for Star Wars Episode 3. Both films were released in 2005. This is before YouTube and the internet played a big role for movie trailers. That is nuts, honestly. This film gets a C. Honestly, it just feels kind of unfinished. There was literally this film gives a lot of the characters no time to develop, honestly. And honestly, I really wish they made follow-ups for this film instead of Ice Age. Like, don't get me wrong, the first Ice Age movie was pretty good, but like, are you seriously going to tell me that The Meltdown, Dawn of the Dinosaurs, Continental Drift, Collision Course are peak animated films? No, you literally can't. There's a reason why people mainly talk about the first Ice Age film. It's because that film was actually good. Whereas with the other sequels, yeah, they were super popular at the time, but like not a lot of people look back on them fondly, which is why I'm pretty baffled that they never made any follow-ups for this, despite the fact that it was pretty successful in theaters and on home media as well. I guess that's just how the movie industry moves forward, I guess. But anyways, for those, if you did you like robots? Yes, no. Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and if you want to, you can also follow my Instagram, Twitter. I mean, not Twitter. I don't have Twitter anymore. Letterbox and Backlog down in the description down below. This is Namakan, and I'll see you all next time.